Welcome to my workout room. So this is where I probably spend most of my free time. I got a few questions about the squat rack, so I'm going to take you through today what I use it for, how we made it, and whether I would recommend it to other people. So yeah, come on in. To be honest, Alex built this for me, so I'm not going to take any credit. And he did this just before lockdown. So I think we were going to go into the lockdown the day after. And I was like slightly panicking about what I'm going to do in terms of like working out, which kind of shows my priorities. So yeah, he managed to get some scaffolding and build this like really cool thing. And to be quite honest, I'm going to just put a little disclaimer. I don't think he would pass any kind of health and safety inspection. He does wobble and it's a bit rough around the edges, but I feel like it's perfectly fine for what I needed. And I've used this for about, I don't know, 2.5 years now. And so far I've had no injuries and it's kind of like worked really well. So I'm just going to show you like bits. So we've actually managed to get all the scaffolding for free because it was yeah, going to waste, so we didn't actually pay anything for it. So this is a 1-inch diameter scaffolding. The ones that you normally see like outside on building sites, I think it's maybe 2 inches. It's definitely thicker, but this is like just as strong, and also it's quite light. So we are on the first floor in our house. This is our spare bedroom, and I was kind of concerned about having quite a lot of weight on the first floor, just because the like floor isn't designed to like have lots of weight. And you can see in the background I've got like quite a lot of weights there, but so far we've been good, so that's okay. So yeah, I think if I was kind of like, well, or if Alex was building this again, I'm not sure if we would use a thicker one, just because this worked quite well. Once you get the actual scaffolding, it's quite easy to put together because all you need is the poles and different attachments. And you can see here we've just created like, I don't even know what you'd call it, but that's where you keep the weight on. So I'll just show you. You can basically, I was going to say easily, but I actually rammed this. So you can adjust this. So when I do squats and I need it quite high, I put it like, you can see I've got like a little mark for when I do the squats. And then when you do like deadlifts, you can just slide it down. That's neat. And then you just tighten it wherever you want it to go. And then these bits here, you just slide it out. So it's just literally, all you need is like little attachments that the scaffolding comes with. And then you can pretty much like create whatever you need. Got a grip screw here, and then all you need is an Allen key, and then you just tighten it. And then it just pinches onto this pole, so it's like absolutely solid. And you can see here, there is like lots of lines where I've adjusted the squat rack for different things. But yeah, so I mean, I probably squat with like 60 kilos and it holds it like perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm sure Alex used it with a heavier weight, and yeah, so far, as long as you screw it tight, it like works really well. So got 2 fingerboards. So we've got the lattice, like, I don't know what it's called. It's got 3 different edges. And then I've got the Beastmaker on the other side. So this is really good. This is actually set up for my height. It's a bit too low for Alex, so he has sacrificed his finger strength for mine. So yeah, I use this quite a lot. It's like, yeah, perfect height for me. This is like a chipboard from just an old flooring. So you can see the pattern in the whole of the workout room. It's pretty much like some creative solutions with things that we had lying around. So these fittings are so good because they just fit on the scaffolding, but also you can attach them onto the board. So yeah, I don't know why, somehow it just worked perfectly. I had a look at how much this setup would roughly cost and priced it on a UK website. With the small 26.9mm diameter tubing attachment, it would cost roughly around £190. Comparing it to a quick Google search, it appears that you can get a lower end squat rack cages for around £200. Taking this into consideration, would I do it again if I had to pay for the scaffolding? Probably not. The only reason I can think of would be if I had to fit it in a specific area where custom build is necessary. This is just to train your pinch grip. I don't really use these, to be honest. Alex likes to use them, but yeah, they're quite good if you like that kind of training. We also have a bench, which is really good. So when you want to use the squat rack, I usually just slide the bench to the other side of the room, and then yeah, when I want to use it, it just kind of sits in here, which is quite neat. We've got quite a few weights there. We actually have more, like in our building, but I was a bit concerned about how much weight you can have in here. So we've got like 20 plates and stuff, but yeah, I feel like this is just about what we can get away with in terms of like safety for the house. This pole here is really good because I can do all my pull-ups and like core workouts on this, and it's like quite nice diameter as well. So I prefer it to like the really big like pull-up bars. I can also attach a pulley just using like a Pro Sig. So when I was like trying to do one-arm pull-up, that's what I did. So it's like super versatile, and I feel like it doesn't take that much space, which is really good. I've got this thing. I think it's a pipe insulator, but I use it to put over the bar when I do squats so that it doesn't hurt my neck. Oh, I forgot to say, one thing that's not very good about this is I try to put my TRX on it, but if I do this, you can see it kind of wobbles a bit, and I thought it was a bit too sketchy even for me, so I don't use it for the TRX. But we do have a weight at the back which kind of stabilizes it a little bit. So I don't know if you can see that, but so it still kind of wobbles, but every now and then you need to tighten these as well. So these are very handy, these little eye bolts. So I put them in. Sometimes I need to practice some skills for my job, so I'll just like basically simulate that those are anchor points and stuff. So that's a nice handy little addition. Most important thing like ever is the psych board. So it's still looking a bit blank, but it's got a few things which kind of inspire me. So yeah, I already got some comments on that, which is quite funny. But yeah, just to kind of reminds me what it is that I'm trying to do. I also got some dumbbells. So yeah, you can just kind of like make up however heavy you want them. And to be honest, this whole setup is pretty old school. I feel like it would be like nice in like a gym from like the 60s or something, but that's all you need really to get shredded. I've also got lots of random bits in the chest, so this is just to make it a bit tidy. So things like yoga mat, I've got the lattice pinch block, like the parallettes and all sorts of like bands and things that I need. So I just keep them out of the way so that this is semi tidy, because this is actually the guest bedroom as well. So we've got the smaller room in the house, and we've decided to have this as the bigger room, so when guests come they can work out while they stay over. So yeah, the question is, I guess, why do I have a setup like this rather than a board, for example? And I think it's because there is like, I don't know, 5 or 6 climbing walls in Sheffield, and I climb outside a lot, and I feel like most of the times I really don't struggle to get out and climb. I think it would be very different if I lived in like a big city or be quite far away from rock, but I quite enjoy having like a little space where I only say, for example, I've got half an hour, I just like do a quick workout. So I think this is here to stay for a while. And yes, if I had like infinite space or a cellar, I would put a board in as well. But I'm quite happy with this. I think I can do like so much, and then I can, you know, do my climbing outside. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you would like to build one of these, I'd say do it at your own risk, because they are a bit wobbly. But if you want to know any more about, like, I don't know, whatever you can think of, just comment and I'll try and get back to you. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time.